The Fantastic Four is Marvel, and Marvel is the Fantastic Four. And I think people have lost sight of that in these last 15 years with the MCU, starting with Iron Man and the films that we've made. It all goes back to these four amazing characters that really launched what everybody knows and loves as Marvel Comics.
It's good banter, but it just needs to somehow end.
The Fantastic Four literally saved Marvel Comics. 1961, Marvel Comics was on the verge of bankruptcy. And as a Hail Mary, a last-ditch effort, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee decided to come up with a new concept.
And they thought it was their last chance to do something different, to do something unique, and to do something that they wanted to do, which was make relatable heroes.
The hero, he was a fellow like me. He talks too much. He was always boring the others because one of the other guys was always saying, "Will you shut up?"
The 60s and the 50s was also a period of time where a lot of the superheroes were godlike. And all of a sudden, as Stan Lee famously put it, he made these characters with feet of clay. They were fallible, they made mistakes. They're not gods, they are people. And I do think that's what lit the fire and what continues to light the fire on the Fantastic Four to this day.
Putting the voice in with it as well. Is there anything that springs to mind for that?
The hard work of a film starts long, long, long before the camera rolls. And casting has been the secret to Marvel Studios' success.
Do anything about it.
Einstein, we're gonna look one way, we're gonna look the other way, up.
Casting has been the thing that we've poured over and spent so much time dealing with, because that is where you know it's going to work or it's not going to work. And we always talk about going back to Robert Downey Jr. as the very first decision that we ever made as our own independent studio.
Oh.
I was like, you did that from...
With the Fantastic Four, again, it is going to be entirely about the chemistry between those four people. When this cast came together, Matt and Grant and the whole team and I looked at each other and went, oh, this is going to work.
It was definitely something we spent a lot of time thinking about. And Reed Richards is a complicated character.
What you're listening to is a transmission from an alien species.
He's a scientist, you know, he's in his laboratory, but he loves his family so deeply and would do anything for them. And the trick is just that he doesn't often know how to express it, right?
I built this instead. Anyone can build a crib, only I can build this.
Anyone can build a crib, but not for us, not for him.
And so for us, it was about trying to capture all of those elements. What I love about Pedro is that he communicates great intelligence. He is a person of action, but he's also a person of deep thought. But his emotional capacity as an actor is incredible.
I am going to solve this. I'm going to make it right. Reed Richards has stretching powers. I loved the kind of metaphor for sort of stretching himself and overextending himself to fight and to protect. I've detected her energy signature where the planet used to be.
So are you saying that if this Herald is still with Galactus?
Yeah. Then they can do what she says they can do.
Stepping into it, I know that Evan, Vanessa, and Joe are three of the best talents that are working today. Who knows if we were going to get along? I knew we were going to get along. I'd already done a movie with Joseph Quinn. I can't get rid of him. Evan and I come from similar kind of trenches, off-Broadway and off-Broadway theater. And Vanessa, she's so luminescent and fierce.
It's about fighting for something bigger than yourself.
It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself.
Vanessa Kirby is an amazing actress. She's a person of great range as a performer.
I got you, little guy.
Exactly. Like, totally what needs to happen. Yeah.
She has also that emotional accessibility that Pedro has, and she was really in love with the character and was going deep into her research about who Sue was and could be, and that was just very inspiring to me as well.
You don't even know what that means.
Go. I found her to be so singular and unique and interesting and complex, and she becomes the leader of the Future Foundation, which is a huge global organization that they create to create a kind of global unity, which I think our world desperately needs. So I found her very inspiring as a leader, and it was very cool that she was allowed to be a leader in this version as she has been in the comics.
She really is the natural leader, and in some ways the most powerful member of the group. I mean, her power set is pretty unbelievable. It started with just invisibility, and then it turned into force fields, and then offensive weapons. She's not to be messed with. And yet at the same time, she's holding all these guys together.
Rosetta Stone to help him find his Archimedes levers.
Johnny Storm, he is Sue's brother, but
I saw me and her and stars, and she spoke to me.
he's a bit of a rock star, and Joe Quinn's a phenomenal actor. He's so alive, he brings so much to what he does, and I knew that within Joe, there was a cocky bravado, a great sense of humor, but there was also a vulnerability.
He's a bit of a show-off with his powers. Sometimes he can use them for less savory means. He can, just be a little bit attention-seeking. Just take me.
Go!
He is a little bit of a lost soul in regards to the fact that he's looking for love, as many of us are. He's finding it in sometimes the wrong places, and he's trying to find his way through making sense of this kind of extraordinary situation that he finds himself in with the rest of his family.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
You're gonna ruin your appetite.
I'm hungry.
Ben Grimm, the Thing, has an unbelievable performance from Evan Backrack in the heart of it, which makes him feel like a real soulful person, which he is.
The last occasion led to the accident that mutated them and gave them those
Evan has incredible vulnerability, but also strength. He seems so tough on the outside, but is so soft on the inside, and that's Ben.
It's got to be playful. Yeah. Otherwise, it doesn't work. For me, it's a very interesting character in that he's incredibly powerful, incredibly strong, but quite tender, a bit ashamed, a romantic man, and then all of a sudden forced into this kind of like monstrous sort of form. So yeah, a complicated character. I think probably at the time he was written, whatever, in 1961, probably the most complicated character in Marvel.
Eben played him with so much soul and gentleness when he's so big, and I loved watching him transform, how he's so become the physicality of Ben and how he moves. He's just so in his body now, and I saw him grow with that.
It's been a good experience. I think it's great to work with all the other actors.
We were a force, When we were locked into one another, that was it.
It's really special to be part of something that has like so much soul. It's so rare to have like a family. It's like about a brother and a sister and a husband and a wife and his best friend from university. And we're in this thing together.
Chosen family.
Chosen family, yeah. And it felt like that in filming.
Ladies and gentlemen, just when you thought we couldn't love, admire, or appreciate them any more than we do, and they're now 25% more fantastic. Reed, Sue, Johnny, Ben, and Franklin, the Fantastic Five.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joblo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.